Hey guys, how you doing? Ron Raymond here from the Raymond Report with your free NBA basketball previews and predictions today for Friday. It is February 2nd. Hope you're having yourself a good start to your friendly Fridays. As always, don't forget, subscribe to our channel by tapping that notification bell in the top right-hand corner, or hit the subscribe button below this video if you're using a mobile device. Today's podcast is brought to you by the free Raymond Report. Come and get the free Raymond Report each and every day at atsstats.com. Once you get to the website, you'll see the button right here, NBA Reports. Click on it. It's going to take you to a pull-down menu right here. Go to the game of your choice, and if you scroll down to the bottom, you get all the stats and trends. And we got a lot of stats and trends. In fact, I'll get to the stats and trends near the end of the show here today, and I got some good ones to bring your way. All right, let's get to the games. Today we got a lot of games. No NHL, so you're going to get a little bit more basketball here today. And today the Miami Heat taking on the Washington Wizards. Now the Heat coming off a win in their last game against Sacramento. 115-106 was the final. They're an 8.5-point favorite today against the Wizards. 228 is the total, and we're going to lean with the Heat in this one. 124-116, the over-under, landing on 241.13. So we do have this game flying over the total of 228, and we're going to give the Heat a 58.8% chance of winning compared to only 33.3% for the Wizards. Wizards 3-7 in their last 10 games, 3-7 to the under, while the Miami Heat, they are also 3-7, so they're in a bearish cycle right now. Bearish means they're either 0-7 to 1-6 or 2-5 in their last 7 contests. 80% of the Heat's last 10 games have gone under the total, and I had it listed at minus 2.67 on my value index. And one of my rules of thumb is when a team is very bearish like this, I'll pass on those teams, because you want to get a team when they're in a neutral cycle, meaning they're either 4-3, 3-4, or in a bullish cycle, meaning having a good run right now. All right, the LA Clippers taking on the Detroit Pistons. Now the Pistons losing by 7 in their last game. They're now 6-41 on the season, while the Clippers, one of the hottest teams in the NBA right now, they are 8-2 in their last 10 contests, and they're an 11.5-point favorite tonight at the Little Caesars Arena, and we're going to lean with the Clippers in this one. 124-119, over-under, again, big total, 243.5, and we're going to give LA a 72.2% chance of winning compared to 33% chance for the Pistons. And the Kogo in this game here tonight is at 47%. Kogo stands for chance of game going over the total based on the law of average theory, and we got that total landing on 243. All right, good game tonight in Atlanta, and you got the Hawks as a 4-point home court underdog against the Phoenix Suns, who are 8-2 in their last 10 contests, 5-5 against the point spread. And I had them listed here on my value index at 5.33. The bookmakers making you lay 4, so fair market value if you do like the Phoenix Suns here tonight. I got a 63.4% chance of winning on the percentage play compared to 48.7%. And anytime you can get an underdog with a chance of winning at 48% or 40% or higher, you got to really consider it, because at the end of the day, when you look at the stats and trends and you look at the averages of favorites and underdogs winning, I'm going to show you in a bit. You know, it's very high to the favorites. In fact, let me go there right now. Let me go to my dashboard and let me show you the trends in the National Basketball Association this season. If you go to NBA, you can see the NBA, look at that. 70% of favorites are winning basketball games this season, but look at the over-under. I mean, the point spread, 52.2 to 47.9. So this is why you really got to consider, anytime the spread is like 4.5 or lower, you got to consider the money line, because you're looking at really a 28% difference of winning and losing. All right, little tip for you right there. And yeah, so we do like Phoenix to win tonight, 128 to 124. Over-under landing on 252.9. A lot of high totals. It's like NBA All-Star games these days. All right, Sacramento Kings taking on the Indiana Pacers. The Kings lost in their last game, so they'll be in a nasty mood tonight in Indiana. And looking at the Kings' last 10 games, 5-5 straight up all across the board, except for the over-under. 70% of the games for the Kings have gone under the total. And we do have a tight one here tonight. We do right on the button. 119 to 116, the over-under at 236.3. And again, right, I just showed you 70% of favorites in the NBA are winning straight up this year. So if you do like Sacramento, just buy a little bit, take the points, take the money line, and eat a little bit of chalk, and have a better outcome hopefully at the end. Because if you get into like the last 20 seconds, it's a foul contest type game, then at least with straight up you're going to get that win, right? If you have Sacramento, if they pull it off. All right, so we do like the Kings in this one. The Kogo very high tonight at 66%. My value index at minus 2.5, so a little, right there at fair market value if you do like Sacramento. All right, New Orleans Pelicans taking on the San Antonio Spurs, who are 3-7 in their last 10 games. The Pelicans, an 8-point favorite. They're coming off an 11-point win over the Rockets in their last game, so big win for the Pels right there. -8 is the line, 234.5 is the total, and we're going to lean with New Orleans, 125 to 116, the over-under at 241.9, and we're going to give New Orleans a 72.7% chance of winning, and your Kogo pretty high at 65%. Both teams coming in neutral tonight in the performance cycle. All right, good game tonight in Minnesota between the Orlando Magic, who are now 25 and 23 on the season, a little bit regressing a bit, and -7.5 is the line here for the T-Wolves, and we're going to lean with Minnesota, 111 to 104, the over-under at 215.18, so we do have this total going over the total. Minnesota coming in on a 2-game win streak. Last 5 games for the T-Wolves have gone under, and the Kogo tonight very high at 67%, and that's because when you look at the law of average theory, when you got a team with 5 unders, obviously what goes up must come down, and this is why your Kogo is pretty high at 67%. But again, we're going to go with the T-Wolves, 111 to 104. All right, Charlotte taking on the Oklahoma City Thunder. Look at that, almost a two touchdown point favorite with 2-point conversion. -16 is the line, 220 is the total, and we're going to lean with the Thunder in this one. 122 to 110, the over-under at 233.3. And the Hornets coming in on a 5-game losing streak. Last 4 games for the Thunder have gone under the total. They are now 33 and 15 on the season, 6 and 4 in the last 10 games. And I had the line here listed at -9.19 on my value index. And we had +12 for the Charlotte Hornets. So you're getting value tonight on Charlotte. But I don't know if Charlotte's going to do the same thing the Lakers did last night in Boston. But probably a pass for me because you got a team that's in a bearish cycle. That's one thing you should really look at. If the team, what kind of cycle they're in, right? Toronto Raptors taking on the Houston Rockets. Now, the Rockets, a 5.5-point favorite tonight. 228.5 is the total for the this game, and we're going to lean with Houston in this one. 117 to 113, the over-under, 231.3. 68.2% chance of winning here for Houston, and 36.2 for the Toronto Raptors. And looking at some of the streaks, nothing to write home about. And the Kogo at 58%. Golden State taking on the Memphis Grizzlies. Grizzlies losing last night. So they're playing in a back-to-back game situation. That was a 108-101 loss here. We had the over in that game. We lost that. We took it on the chin. And -8.5 is the line tonight for the Warriors in Memphis at the FedEx Forum. And we're going to lean with the Warriors in this one. 114 to 108, the over-under at 222.5. 63.6% chance of winning here on the law of average theory here for the Warriors. 31.5 for the Grizzlies, who are now on a 3-game losing streak. However, still in the neutral cycle, so you could consider them if you follow the Rain Report. And the Kogo tonight at 57%. I had Golden State listed at -6 on my value index, so a little bit overvalued tonight against the Grizz. And then the last game on the board, you got the Denver Nuggets taking on the Portland Trailblazers. A lot of high totals here tonight. A lot of high side numbers. -12 is the line. 221 is the total. And we're going to lean with Denver. 118 to 105, the over-under at 224.4. The Portland Trailblazers, 5-5 in their last 10 games, 7-3 against the point spread. And I had the Denver Nuggets listed at -9.9, so a little bit overvalued tonight against Portland. And look at the Kogo, 70% is your Kogo. That's because Denver coming in on a 7-game understreak. All right, if you like stats and trends, we got a lot of stats and trends. You go to your dashboard, and once you go to your dashboard, you're going to see these buttons right here. Go to ATS Trends, go to NBA, and then go find the game of your choice. And I got some nice stats and trends for you guys. We got trends on every game. Like, for instance, when the Phoenix Suns are a 3.5 to 6.5 point away favorite after a non-conference game the last 3 years, they are 13-1 straight up. And if you scroll down for the Atlanta Hawks, you can see here the Hawks anytime. They are, let me see, I got a couple of them on here. The Hawks are 8-2 when they're a home team coming off a 3-game homestand the last 4 years. The over 14-5 for Atlanta as a home team versus a non-division opponent this season. So maybe the over is worth consideration. And then if I go to the old school stats here at atsstats.com, and I do have some good one right here. Phoenix, anytime the Suns are 3.5 to 6 point road favorite after a non-division game during the month of February, 11-1 against the point spread and 11-1 straight up. So some nice stats and trends right here. And you can get all these each and every day at atsstats.com. Let me leave you with another good one right here. Let me see if we can find. I thought there were some good totals there. Look at this one. Sacramento is a favorite when the spread's between Pick'em to plus 3.5. 3 and 12 to the under, so something to consider. All right, one of the features we have here at the website, it's system trends, and I love system trends because those were team trends that I gave you. So I just gave you guys the team trends when it involves a team. Now the system trend when it involves any NBA team this season in the association and when they're coming off a certain situation, right? So I got 4 really nice systems that I want to share with you guys here today, and I'm going to go with the underdogs first. So if you go to the website, you go to charts, NBA charts, scroll down right here. I update these at least once a week, and go to this is the underdogs on the bottom. Then you got the 2 favorites right here, coming off a win or a loss. Now, NBA underdogs coming off, you can see right here, an 8 to 11 point loss. Now that involves 2 teams here tonight. The first team I'm going to show you guys is San Antonio. They're the underdogs against New Orleans. They're coming off a 10-point loss. And same thing for Orlando. Orlando's coming off a 10-point loss here against San Antonio. And if you look at the system trends right here, any team that's an underdog coming off the 8 to 11-point loss, 17 and 55 straight up, but 44 and 28 to the over. So you might want to consider the over in both those games here this evening. And the 2 favorite trends that I have for you guys, now it involves the side and the total, so which is like a double jeopardy maybe in this case. But let's go look at the Toronto Raptors against Houston. Now Toronto is taking on Houston. Houston, they're coming off a loss of 11 points. And Sacramento, they're the favorites tonight. So Sacramento up here, right there, they're the favorites. They're coming off a loss as well. They're coming off a 9-point loss. And if you go to the system trends, all right, so you can see Houston coming off an 11-point loss. So NBA favorites coming off 11-point loss right here. 40 and 17 to the over, 42 and 15 straight up. So, and for Sacramento, they're coming off a 9-point loss. So, you know what? You might have a nice 2-team parlay here in Houston and Sacramento, and you can also consider the over because the over is 40 and 17. Now, those are indicators, and what you want to do is you can find and string along enough indicators to give you confidence on one side of a play, and then you take those plays, and then hopefully it hits a home run for you. All right, folks, that is the tip of the day right here. And again, you can access this anytime at atsstats.com. Go to the website, go to NBA charts, or go to your dashboard and go to all the features inside the website. Again, a website is at atsstats.com. A membership is only $4.99 for 7 days, and you can have access to all the tools in the toolbox right here at atsstats.com. All right, enjoy your night of basketball. Hopefully we get to you some winners. In the meantime, shop for value, play those percentages. I'll see you back shortly with another Raymond Report.